Hello, everyone. I am Kyle Crosby, along with my broadcast colleague, Michael, and we would like to welcome you to the inaugural episode of the 10 Count podcast. So, Michael, I understand you want to get right into it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
First episode of the 10 Count lays witness to one of our favorite pay-per-views of all time.
Well, it's definitely my favorite pay-per-view for sure, the Royal Rumble. I'm really looking forward to Sunday. The Royal Rumble matches, it's amazing. Thank you, Pat Patterson. Michael, who are your picks?
My picks of current...
Yeah,
no surprise entrances.
No surprise entrance.
No
Who's
surprise.
declared already for it?
Of the current superstars that have been announced for the Rumble, I'm going to have to give it to my boy Taker.
Undertaker, wow.
Yeah. What? It's a welcome, especially after that dreaded match where he lost the streak to Lesnar. And I think it opens up this potential of having this really awesome match that I've been thinking about with John Cena versus Undertaker in a streak versus title match at WrestleMania.
Okay, I'll tell you what. My hope is that Rusev will take it because, as listeners here should know, I am a huge Rusev fan and also a Bray Wyatt fan. So either one of those two would be great to win, in my opinion. However, who I think will win, I willing to bet money that Braun Strowman will win.
Oh, yeah.
The Royal Rumble, yeah.
Big man.
Mm-hmm.
New big man of the company.
And I really think they have a lot of potential with this guy. You know, they have so many stories. He's like the Diesel of this generation, you know.
Yeah.
The potential to be anyway. Now, that being said, I think Orton and Wyatt are going to have a little feud going into Mania, so that won't be an issue. As for Rusev, I mean, the poor guy's in limbo.
Yeah, you've been pretty high on Rusev for a while now.
I'm really high on Rusev. What? Also high on Cesaro and Wyatt, Bray Wyatt.
You know what? With Wyatt, it's interesting because Wyatt has been... I mean, he's been on this wide, losing streak, just with the Manias, and lately his storyline's been faltering. He's out of the title picture. He's got this thing with Orton. Now, Orton, we'll go back to Wyatt, but Orton has, I think, the possibility of being in the top four as the ending progresses. I think when we hit the last four, I think realistically Orton will be of the four. I think he's going to be one of them. That brings up another good question. Kyle, who do you think the last four are going to go down to?
In an ideal world, in my world, the final four would consist of Bray Wyatt, Cesaro, Rusev, and The Undertaker. And Wyatt would eventually win. But, as we all know, ideal worlds do not exist, especially in the WWE. And what I think the final four will be Jericho, Undertaker, Braun Strowman, and I'd say Orton. Those would be the final four. And having Strowman go away with it.
My God, I think that's why we work so well together, because I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm so big on Y2J with everything that he's doing with the U.S. Championship and his storylines with KO. Taker, Strowman is, like you said, like the Diesel, like the big, Kane of this generation, the guy that's going to take it down. And then Orton.
What in your ideal world?
What I would pick would be my boy Jericho, who's, apart from Triple H, is my all-time favorite. I'm going to give it to Sammy. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn would be incredible, especially for Mania or in the future. Cesaro, because he needs that push. He's too talented not to. But my last guy is tough. My last guy was really tough. So Jericho, Sammy, Cesaro, and I'm gonna give it to Rusev.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be on Team Rusev here.
I really like him, and his potential is outstanding.
I'm just a huge fan of the big guys that are agile, that can move fast.
He's got some moves on him, and he held his own with Cena at WrestleMania, and now he's teaming up with Jinder Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? You know, like, I don't get it.
Fucking bullshit!
Now, speaking of John Cena, what is your prediction for the rest of the card?
The rest of the card?
Yeah. The rest of the card being the Royal Rumble, the pre-show. Let's start the pre-show. Sasha Banks, Nia Jax. Who you got?
You gotta give it to my girl Sasha.
Sasha?
There's no way. There's no way with Nia. They're billing her as this Braun Strowman of the women's division. This almost like Karma back in the day. Yeah.
And you think they would waste that loss on the pre-show of the Royal Rumble, and not at WrestleMania or a pay-per-view?
I don't know that. I just feel like
it'll probably come to a no contest in all actuality. Moving on, Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Club for the Raw Tag Team titles. Who you got?
I'm going to give it to Sheamus and Cesaro. I think that they are going to have it for a while.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Sheamus and Cesaro is going to take it. I was big on the Club when they debuted because I heard a lot of hype, and I was hoping that they would do, better than they are doing. I mean, they had the unfortunate, nature of going against the New Day in their, peak.
Yeah, I think that they did not have an opportunistic debut. The reason why Sheamus and Cesaro, most importantly, I think, is the fact that they need that push. I think both of them, and I think there's a lack of direction right now with what they're going to do and what WWE wants to do with them.
Moving on to the main card, we have the 6-women tag match. Natty, Alexa Bliss, and Mickie James versus Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi. Who you got?
Gonna give it to Bella and Becky, and Naomi.
I really like Alexa Bliss. I think she's great. I mean, not to knock any of the other women, but I think she's got a lot of personality. I think I like the thing she does with the title. How she puts it around the back of her head.
What?
Charlotte versus Bayley for the Raw Women's title. Charlotte, I'll give it to her.
We're so tight on this. Charlotte's my girl.
The Cruiserweight title, Neville versus the champion Rich Swann. I'm gonna go with Rich Swann on this one. Yeah. Can you handle that?
Yeah, you know what? I can. I agree with you 100%. We were just watching 205 Live. We were watching that match with Cedric and Neville, and we were just watching Cedric dominate Neville. Being the king of the cruiserweights deems a huge task if you're going to create a character like that. I don't think that Neville is ready to hold that title yet, and I think Rich has a lot more possibility in the future.
Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. God as my witness, I hope Kevin Owens walks out as the champion. Sorry for all the listeners who are Roman Reigns fans. I am not one of those, nor am I a John Cena fan. I want the incumbent champions to walk out.
And I don't think they are at all. And it's just the way that we've been watching this Raw go down and SmackDown go down. It feels like I said, I think it's going to go down to Taker versus John at WrestleMania. So I feel like AJ, and especially that promo.
For the title?
Yes, for career versus title. That's what I think is going to wind up happening. And because I think both of their time with John in Hollywood and Taker with just getting that hip surgery and everything, I feel like it's time. John is probably going to pick up that victory, just how well he stood up against someone like AJ.
Fucking bullshit!
So, Royal Rumble match winner, Taker, and he will fight John Cena. What year is this? Is this 2008 all over again? I'm hoping that, you know, it'll be AJ Styles leaving as well as Kevin Owens leaving for with their respective titles. All right, so we're going to do a segment here called Superstar of the Week from each brand. Just pick a superstar, each of us will.
What?
On Raw, I would have to give it to Sami Zayn. He beat Seth Rollins for opportunity to be in the Royal Rumble. I was, you know, excited to hear Triple H's music. I thought he would make an appearance, but he didn't. I'm a huge Triple H fan, as are you, Maggle. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it to Sami Zayn. How about you? Raw.
It's pretty bold choice. I'm going to give it to Kevin Owens. Give it to Kevin Owens. He finished Raw just solidly, just nailing the crap out of Roman and then powerbombing him through that announcer's table.
And how about for SmackDown, the blue brand of entertainment?
You know what? You're gonna laugh, but I'm gonna give it to Mojo.
What?
I was considering Mojo as well, because I mean, come on, this guy just comes from NXT right when the draft came back, and now he's in the Royal Rumble.
I think that the announcer or the commentator said it the best. He's like a human energy drink. Every time you see him, it's like he's so full of energy and he's so big.
I would give it to, I wish I could give it to a combo and give it to the Cena-AJ combo, because just their promos this week were astounding. But I'll give it to AJ because I don't like Cena.
Fucking bullshit!
And I think AJ is incredibly talented on the mic, and he's only getting better.
Some guy from Georgia comments.
Mm-hmm.
Just some guy. And then he went like Dr. of Thugonomics on AJ and just walked out, mic drop. That was so solid. But yeah, AJ, you know what? AJ has always been that sort of guy, that underdog, let's just wait, that Georgia Bulldog, just wait, see what happens.
I wasn't a Cena fan. I mean, I totally respect the guy for everything he does outside the industry and everything, the Make-A-Wish and all that kind of stuff, but I don't like his persona in the ring. Super Cena type. Not my cup of tea. And our time is just about up here for 10 Count.
Oh yeah!
We hope you enjoyed our inaugural broadcast, and we hope that you will join us each and every Saturday until WrestleMania for our weekly podcast. We can be found on the Channel D Productions YouTube channel.